Hi, welcome to the PassionKnit Spinner podcast. This is episode 34. I'm Tracy. You can find me as Schnüffeltier on Ravelry and Instagram and Pinterest. But I don't know. Oh, what a great way to start, right? I don't know stuff. So there's a Ravelry group for the podcast. It would be nice if you could come over and join. It's a lot of fun. We have 2 knit-alongs going on right now, and it's just a great place to be. And there's a blog where I put up just the video and one link to my indie of the week if I have one. And thank you so much for being here. It's been 2 weeks because I just couldn't record last week, and it's absolutely okay. But I do have a lot to talk about today, so this will take a while. Okay. Every time I pause, if it's only 1 week, I feel like I've never done this before. So, what I'm wearing, as you can see, nothing. I mean, I'm not wearing nothing. I'm not wearing hand knit stuff. So, let's go to knitting in the past. I finished 2 pairs of socks. The first one is a pair that I think I showed last week for knitting in the present. It looks like this. It's knit with Schöller und Stahl Fortissima Mexico. That's the ball band. And as you might be able to notice, I'm back to recording with my camera. And I do have an external microphone right now, and I hope that will work. But yeah, okay. So that's the yarn I'm using, or I did use. Schöller und Stahl Fortissima Mexico. I had that much left, which is really a lot. And yeah, they are done. They are a size 38, and they will go into the shop that I will hopefully be able to open this month. So first pair is done and showed. So, and then I knit a second pair because I had 3 dentist appointments since I spoke last to you. And my dentist is right across the road from a yarn and fabric store. And whenever I have to go to the dentist, I reward myself afterwards with something from that shop. And I did get fabric for a dress and this skein of sack yarn. It's Lana Grossa Meilenweit India. It's a very new collection, just came out. And it's neons. I'm not sure if you can tell, but it's neons. It's gorgeous. These socks are, again, a 38. Used my normal sock recipe, 64 stitches, top down, US 2s. I'm not sure yet if I want to keep those or if I'm going to put them in the shop. We'll see. They are done. I went to the dentist on Tuesday. I recorded Monday. Then I went to the dentist on Tuesday, cast those on Wednesday, and was done on Friday. So they just flew off the needles. There's this much left. And yeah, like I said, Lana Grossa Meilenweit India. The color number for the color that I used is 2304. So yeah, like I said, I'm not sure yet if I want to keep those, but will they forever remind me of my horrible dental stuff? I don't know. I will think about that for a while. So that's all that I finished in 2 weeks because it just didn't happen. But of course I am working on stuff, and as you might be able to tell, I had my hair dyed 2 weeks ago. But I did a, ombre style. The tips were dyed in a blonde, and then she put on a tealy green, and it's almost completely washed out, so I have to go back because right now it looks like I'm moldy, and that's just not very flattering. So I have to go back and have that redone in a nice shade of green. So, okay. Back to the important stuff, knitting. I'm working on a pair of socks, of course. It's with, I put it in one of my needle holders that I have to find a nifty name for, but they look like this. That's the sock I'm working on right now. Again, I think it will be a size 38 because that's just how I roll. The yarn is Austermann Step. That's the ball band. Yeah, it's nice to work with. And yeah, so I apologize if I do sound a little bit weird because I have to go back to the dentist again tomorrow and have the, finishing work done. And I feel like my tongue gets, stuck on my teeth sometimes, so I sound a little bit weird. But yeah, I hope that won't last forever because it drives me crazy. So we'll find out. Okay, socks on the needles. Of course I have socks on the needles. And the other thing that I worked on is my sock yarn blanket. I knit on this exclusively in this week where my husband was gone. So it looks like this right now. Yeah, it's growing. It's going to be really nice and big and cozy and comfy. I did, up until last week, I was working in rounds. I started in the middle with these 4 patches here, and worked around. But I don't want my blanket in the end to be a square. So what I did this week was I knit on this side a row, and I knit a row on that side to give it more width in one direction. And then, yeah, I knit these 2 rows on the outside. And then I started again with my, circling around. I put in 1 marker just so I know where my round started, because I'm going all the way across, and I did work all of these across the top. And the next one will be cast on here, and I'm gonna go down this side. So let me show you what I made, or what I did knit this week. I knit the top, only the top row here. Whoop. Then I am working on this row right now. And I knit this top row. So that makes 4. I knit exactly 20 squares this week. So yeah, it's growing. I still love working on it. It's going to be pretty. And as I talked to you about last time where I showed it, when this is uploading, I'm going to weave in all the ends here, so I know that every square that has not the ends woven in is a new square. So yeah, my sock yarn blanket, it's coming along nice. I love it. It's so much fun to work on. And yeah, I thought about knitting on it primarily or only when my husband's gone and it's froze again. Please don't freeze on me. Hello. It's still working. So I'm going to pull it a little bit over. Just so yeah, okay. Good. Now, I thought about knitting on this blanket only when my husband's gone, just to have a project to, work on when he's gone. But I don't know if I want to do that. I think I'm just going to knit on it whenever I feel like knitting on it. I think that's better. So I need a sip of water here. It's actually not water, it's tea, but I'm sure you don't care. So that's it for knitting in a present. knitting in the future, I have something planned. I am going to cast on a pair of patterned socks. If you know anything about me, you know that I don't really knit patterned socks because I don't like to. But I'm going to knit this pair of socks. They're called Trachtensocken. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, and it's in English. They're just called Trachtensocken. It's a German word. It's a German designer. They are beautiful. They have cables. And I need a special pair of socks for something I'm going to talk about in the very near future. So I'm going to knit these for myself. And that's it for knitting in the future. I want to finish stuff first. So I'm so responsible right now. For spinning, I did spin a little bit. I didn't bring it, of course, because I didn't want to break the fiber from the bobbin. But I did spin yesterday evening for the first time in forever, it felt like, and it was amazing. It was so much fun. And I hope to finish this tonight, probably, so I can ply it and show it next week. Yes. So, on to the biggest segment this week. That's new stuff. I have so much new stuff to show, it's ridiculous. I noticed this week where I was alone with my son again that I'm falling back into old habits, because I used to buy all the things when I was alone, when my husband was away for work, because he used to be away for work way more than he is right now. And I bought stuff all the time to make me feel better. And yeah, I did that this week. And it's, yeah, like I said, it's ridiculous, but I'm going to show everything, and I don't want to hear any bad words about that. So I have to grab everything from over there because I couldn't find a place to put it. So I'm going to start off with the books. I ordered Sock Yarn Accessories by Jen Lucas. She has the Sock Yarn Shawls books, 2 of them, and I got this one as well. There are some nice patterns in here. I wish there was a pattern index to show, but it's not. There's not, and I didn't mark anything, so it's a nice book. Is there anything extremely special in here? Probably not, but it's a nice book. Then the other book that I got, and I'm not sure if I did show this last week or not, is this book, New Directions in Sock Knitting. I, as you can see, tagged a lot of things in here. And the one pattern that I absolutely want to make is this one here from the cover. Let me see if I can show it to you. Yeah, it's this one. They're called Smoky Zigzags. And I really like the look of that. And I have a ton of self-striping yarn. So I think I'm gonna make those sometime soon. Then the other books, or the next books that I got all the interpretations books. I really like the concept of this collection by Joji Locatelli and Vera Välimäki, if that is how you say it. Both names, I don't know. They have a really great concept for these books, and they choose 6 words, and everyone designs a piece that has, that she associates with this word. So they interpret, is that the word? Each word. And they came up with 3 collections so far. And I really like them. And I haven't bought them so far because I'm not a big fan of ebooks when it comes to knitting books. So when they announced that the Pom Pom magazine people were doing the real books, I immediately bought them. They are amazing. There are 12 patterns in here, in each of the books, and I tagged that many things. I tagged right around the half of each book. 6 patterns in the first collection, 6 in the second, and 7 in the third. They are beautiful. And there's a pattern in here that will be cast on very soon. I feel like I'm rushing. I'm sorry. Then I have this one here. Like I just said, I really don't like ebooks for knitting books. And I love the Authentic collection by Joji Locatelli so much that I had it printed and spiral bound. So that's just a cover that I made up because I had to write something on a cover. and when I open it up, it's, you know, her collection just printed on paper. And I'm really happy that I did this. This is going to get used right away, actually, because I'm going to knit one of the hats that's in here. It's called the It's a Girl thing. I'm going to knit that out of the beautiful yak silk yarn that I showed a while ago for my friend. There's a pattern index in here, which is something that I really appreciate, and that's the hat I'm going to knit. I think I'm gonna wind the yarn today maybe, so I can start it. I see her on Saturday. I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but I will try. So yeah, that's the new books in my house that I have to put somewhere now because I need to show the other stuff, so I'm gonna try. Okay, next up I have a box full of yarn that I have to put somewhere else because that's just not good. Here's good. I hope that won't fall off. So I ordered from Tina, and her shop is called Elfenwolle. You can see it here. Doesn't really focus, does it? Yeah, it does. So here's her shops. She has one on Etsy, one on Davanda. And I got 3 skeins of handspun. They are all superwash merino nylon. That's the first one. This will be socks for myself, as will this one here. I'm gonna knit socks out of these 2. And the third one is this huge skein of yarn. It's 144 grams and 695 meters. So almost 700 meters. I'm guessing 720 yards maybe. And I think I'm going to use this as the contrast color for the sweater that I want to knit out of the Interpretations number 3. And I have no idea what it's called, and I'm not going to get it now. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing right now. I'm not sure yet, or it's gonna be a big shawl. And then, because of course I'm a spinner, I got 2 braids of fiber from her. They are both 50% BFL and 50% milk fiber, and they look like this. They're the same color. It's called Herbstwichtel, and it's just beautiful. It's absolutely my colors. So this will go on the wheel hopefully soon, and it smells so good. So I'm sorry for the noise. I don't know what the microphone is picking up. It's one of my husband's band's microphones. They are quite good, and he warned me that it will pick up everything. So I hope that will not happen. Okay, now let me grab the next box. This is the shop that's next to my dentist. You know, as I went there for the 3rd time, I had to get myself some yarn. I got this skein of Regia. It's one of the Sahara Color collection. And then I got 3 more skeins of Lana Grossa. I got this one again, the India. But I'm going to give this away later in this episode. So this will not stay with me. These 2, however, will. They are both from the India collection, just in different colors. And I love them. They are really nice and pretty. And Lana Grossa is really, really nice to work with. So 4 skeins of sock yarn, or 3 because one is leaving the house. And yeah, speaking of sock yarn, I got some more Lana Grossa yarn. I ordered this skein, Lana Grossa Meilenweit, from the Aloha collection. And then I ordered 2 skeins from the Colorado collection. They are really nice. And then the shop where I ordered from had surprise bags. 5 skeins of sock yarn surprise bags. And I decided to get one because why not? They were really cheap. And yeah, I got 4 skeins of Lana Grossa and 1 skein online. I'm going to show the online first. It's this yarn. It's not showing up at all. It's a really nice teal. And I think about using this skein for the Trachtensocken. Not sure, but could be nice. And then I got those 4 skeins of Lana Grossa. I really like them. They're all very different. I would not have chosen 3 of them, to be honest, but I do like them. I think they are really pretty. So yeah, that's that box. Gonna put it back and get the big box. Oh, this is so heavy. I'm gonna put that on the floor. Okay, now I got a surprise package from my friend full of sock yarn minis for my blanket. Are you ready for this? I'm not gonna take them out because, can you see this? Yeah, these are all minis, and we're talking about 30 grams. You know, they all weigh between 20 and 30 grams, so they are huge minis. And I already put some in my blanket. I have some upstairs to put in my blanket, so that's not all of them. There were more in here, and it's just, it's amazing. Yeah, I love this. So, and then I need to drink, and I have fibrous fluff stuck in my nose. It's okay. I also got some yarn from Hamburger Wollfabrik. Looks like this, their logo. I did order from them before, long time ago, and I just decided that I wanted to get some more from their yarn, and they have really nice yarn. It is really nice yarn. So, and they come in these big cones. This cone, it's 100% merino, and it's a really nice grass green. Let me check. That's 624 grams on here. So they're all sweater quantities. So I have a green one. I got a purple. This one is 612 grams, and it's 40% cashmere, 40% merino, 15% silk, and 5% nylon. It's really, it feels a bit scratchy right now, but I know for sure, because I used this before, when you first knit it, and when you knit with this and you wash it afterwards, it's going to be heavenly soft. So yeah, they are all single strands put together, but knitting with this, I don't have any problems with it. It's not splitting on me at all. I knit a huge sweater for my husband because he's very tall and he was a swimmer, so he has wide shoulders. So I knit a huge sweater for him out of this merino yarn in a different color before, and it was amazing to work with. So I got a third one, and it's the last one. This is 682 grams, and it's 35% cashmere, 35% merino, and 30% silk. It's a really nice pumpkin orange. So yeah, I'm going to have some nice colorful sweaters in my future. And these colors are actually quite good. I like it. So let's put those back. The only thing they don't do, and I wish they did, they don't label that stuff. So you have to write down yourself what you got. And I don't like that. You know, there's a label in there, but it just doesn't say anything that has to do with what it's on. So I had to write it on my invoice. And I have to make labels and put them in the cone because I'm not going to keep this forever. going to get lost sooner or later, so yeah. Okay, now let me check if that's everything. I think it is. Is it? No, it's not. Of course it's not. I got a ton of fabric. I got some amazing fabric in my Fat Quarter Club from the Pink Castle Fabrics. I'm in the color wheel club, I think it's called, and this time it was indigo, and it's always 12 fat quarters. I'm not going to take them out. They're from different collections, and it's just one color throughout. The other stuff that I got, my husband was in America for work, and he got me some fabric. He just went to Walmart because he couldn't go anywhere else. He didn't have the time. But he got me some fat quarters. Oh, there's this one. This one. I love this one. Little anchors. Then cats. Footballs. Baseballs. 2 of the Wonder Woman. A Batman, because I love Batman. And 2 of the Sugar Skulls. And then he got me 2 stacks of fabric. They look like this. These are the one. And the other one is white and green in different patterns. So that's the stuff that my husband got me. I do have, in one of my carts, I have the top shelf of the, you know, the Raskök stuff from IKEA. I have the top shelf full of fabric that my husband brought me back from his work trips. And I am going to do a quilt with a bunch of those. So I have a quilt just made with fabric that I got from my husband. Now that's it for new stuff. Okay. My indie of the week is Elfenwolle. Where did I put it? Of course I put it far away. Somewhere in here is a... Oh. So, this is her card. You can find her on Pinterest, on Etsy. She also has a shop on Davanda, which is the German Etsy. And she does beautiful fiber, like really beautiful fiber. You have to check out her Instagram feed. She shows a braid of the day each day. They are swoon worthy, and she sells a lot of handspun yarn. And I used to be in one of her yarn clubs 5-6 years ago. I don't know, a long time ago, but I was in one of her yarn clubs. So she dyes really nice stuff. And her handspun yarn is exceptionally well priced. So if you want to buy handspun yarn for socks, she has it, and her prices are extremely good. So check it out, Elfenwolle. And she's very nice. So that's just perfect. Okay, that was an indie of the week. I haven't had an indie of the week in forever, so that was great. Now, reading, listening, watching. I haven't started yet, but I got today in the mail this book. It's Für immer Holly Hill by Alexandra Pilz. It's a German book, of course. There's no English book for this because it just came out, and I'm not sure if the other ones are translated or will be translated ever. But I did read the first 2 books in the trilogy last year, right back to back. Is that a word? I finished the first, started the second, and I read both of them, I think, in 5 days. So that's the third and last one, I think. I think it is. Yeah, I do think it's a trilogy. I'm not sure, but I do think it is. So I got this today, and I'm going to I'm going to start it today and hopefully finish it by next week. So, yeah, it's nice. It's another hardcover. I normally don't get hardcovers because they are so expensive, but there was no way for me to wait, and I do have the other 2 in hardcovers, so a trilogy has to be, the same. So I'm going to start this. I haven't listened to anything, but I did watch stuff. I finished, of course, Wolf. I finished Teen Wolf season 5A, and it was amazing. Waiting desperately to be able to watch 5B. And yeah, like I said a million times now, was alone this week with my son, and he goes to bed between 8:30 and 8. And he doesn't go to bed alone, so you have to be next to him. I talked about this last week. So I went to bed with him. I waited until he was asleep, and I just rolled on my side with my back to him and put on the iPad and put up Netflix, and I watched stuff. So I watched Alphas. It's another TV series. It has been cancelled after the second season. I totally understand why. It's a nice concept. It's about alphas, which has nothing to do with werewolves, although it sounds like it. It's just humans with superhuman abilities, like in The Flash. They can do different stuff. I like the idea, but the main character, who's called Dr. Rosen, he's kind of an asshole. I don't like him. So that's kind of, a downer. If you don't like the main character of a series, it's just... But it's only 2 seasons. It's 25 episodes altogether, and I'm going to finish them. I finished the first season. I'm in the middle of season 2 now, and I'm going to finish it tomorrow, maybe. I'm going to watch tonight while I spin, and I'm going to watch tomorrow while I do whatever. So I'm going to have it done, and yeah. Like I said, I totally understand why it got cancelled, because the people are just not nice. No, not nice. I've been talking so much. Okay. Now, sewing. And I have to make room. Today is great, isn't it? Podcasting. Excellence. So, I need to get my Maria. Because I made something and you can't really see because she's too short. Okay. I'm just going to have her here next to me anyways. So, I made this top. It's a wrap style top. I just made it this morning actually. I found the pattern on Pinterest. I followed the link to a German blog. It was a free pattern download. I downloaded it, printed it, put it all together, cut it out, and then I cut out the fabric. And yeah, that's it. It's done. It's a bit wide up here, as you might be able to see. It's not secured, so yeah. My friend suggested seaming the arms, the armpit thing here, the side seam, a little bit further in, so it will stretch that part, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna take it off to show you stuff. Ugh. And I really hope that the scratching on the floor isn't too hard on the microphone. So, this is the top. It's nice. I like it. It fits great. I put it on and I already posted a picture on Instagram, so you might have seen it. I did not use a twin needle. I decided I didn't want to. I wanted to try something different, and I like what I came up with. And you can't see anything at all because I stitched it in black. So, yeah. It looks nice. It really does. And when I wear it, the flap isn't too bad. I thought about just, securing it with a few stitches here so it won't gap open. I don't know. It might be easier to just stitch it close there. I used a piece of leftover fabric that I got in my local fabric store, and it was a 90 centimeter piece. It said on the label, but I'm not sure if that's quite correct. And it was exactly big enough to sew this. I only had leftover scraps in the end. So that was nice. Yeah. Made this today, a few hours ago. And I like it. I really do. Now it's going to go in the wash, and maybe I have to decide up front what I'm going to do with the neck opening, because it's just, it doesn't gap, but it's a bit flary. I don't know yet. We'll see. I will find a good way to do this, I'm sure. So now the other thing that I made, can anybody who's, you know, native to this language please tell me what it is? Is it I sewed, or is it I seamed, or do I just say I made? I don't know. It confuses me every time. So please tell me. I made a quilt top. I made the blocks sometime last year. I know that my son was already born, so it was after he was born. And I found a pattern somewhere. It's just a simple try out pattern for foundation paper piecing. And I wanted to try that, so I made actually this block here. That was the first block, and the pattern was only for the center, for the square and a square. And I decided that I liked it, and I wanted to make a mug rug, and it was too small for me, so I added the border, and I really liked the look of it, so I made 20 of these. And when I had those 20 done, I laid it all out on my table, and I decided on the layout, and I took pictures, and I just, you know, wrote down everything. I decided I wanted to have cornerstones in a light gray on the black background, but then I did math, so I would know how to cut it. And yeah, my math, not so good. So I didn't work on it because I was so afraid to have miscalculated everything and just, you know, cut my fabric where I shouldn't. So I let it linger, and I didn't work on it till yesterday. Yesterday, when I decided to work on the quilt with the fabric from my husband, I thought, before starting a new quilt, I might as well finish one, you know, because, like I said, sometimes I am responsible. It's very, very randomly, but sometimes I am. So I did. I took out my fabric, the blocks, my paper where I wrote down everything, and I found a little courage, and I just did it. And now I'm going to have to stand up because I want to show it to you. Yeah, it looks like this. I'm gonna try to go back a little bit more. Ouch. So this is what it looks like. Maybe if I hold it this way, it's easier, right? Yeah, there you can see the whole thing. It's going to be great. It's going to be for me. All of the blocks in this were made from scraps, from my scrap bin. And yeah, I love it. I think it turned out great so far. And it will be the perfect quilt whenever I will work on it again. Because now comes the part that I really don't like. And that's basting and quilting. I don't like quilting. I'm most likely just going to do straight line quilting on this because free motion quilting and we don't really agree. And I don't want to ruin it with bad free motion quilting. So I'm not going to do that. So yeah, that's the other thing I'm working on right now. A quilt for myself. And I'm really proud of it. And I really like it. So I need another sip. Okay, next up would be cross stitch, but nah. Didn't do it. Nothing to show. So that leaves me with everything else. I have 3 things to talk about here. First up, 16 pairs in 2016. Today is the last day of the month. It's actually February. whatever. It's the 29th. And that doesn't happen all too often. So yeah, it's a leap year, and today is leap day, if that's a word. I don't know, but it's yeah, it's the last of the month, and I did draw a winner, and I'm giving away this skein of Lana Grossa yarn. And I hope the person who won it likes it. If you don't like it, if you say, oh my god, this is the ugliest yarn ever, let me know and I will send you something else. It's not a big deal. So the winner is, there were 208 entries in the thread so far. I did a random number generator. The post that I came up with, it was number 114. And it's actually a picture post, which makes it always a little bit nicer. And yeah, the post was by PassioKnit. Yeah, I have no idea how to say it. And there's no first name on your profile, but you do live in Canada. I know that for sure. I checked it out. So it's spelled POKDEJ. I hope I spelled that right, because spelling in a different language is not fun. So, whatever your name is, this is yours. If you contact me with your address, I will get it out to you as soon as I can. And I promise to not take 9 months for this, like I did with the last prizes. This will go out as soon as possible. So let me know your address. Tell me if you like it. If you don't like it, just tell me. I don't want to send you stuff you don't like. So, PassioKnit, you won this. Contact me. Okay. Now, the next thing. No, let me go back. Please do enter your socks in our knit along. And if you knit over 16 pairs, just continue to add them. I don't care. If you knit 58 pairs, put them all in. More chances to win stuff. I'm going to continue to do the random number generator at the end of each month for stuff to give away. And I'm always going to start at 1 to, however many entries we have or posts we have in the blog, the thread. So that was that. There's the Harry Potter along going on. It goes till the end of March. I have not worked on the bags or the minis, so I'm going to show them when they're done, or I'm probably going to show them when I'm going to give them away. So now there's 2 things left. First of all, there is a chat thing in Ravelry in the groups. If you enable it, you can, disable it, then there is no people can't chat there. But I didn't disable it. It's there, and I wanted to ask if people are interested in doing a bi-weekly, once a month chat, just to talk about what we're working on and how life's been and stuff like that. If you want to, let me know. We can do that. Would be nice. Probably a lot of fun. So that's that. And the other thing is, I did rearrange my queue. Well, my queue is about 150 items long. And I did rearrange it, so I have the first 15 or 16 things that are in there are the ones that I really want to knit now. So I'm doing my 15Q, 16Q, whatever. I don't know what to call it, or if I want to do something with it. But yeah, that's just what I did. I rearranged it so that the first 15 items in my queue are going to be the next 15 things that I want to cast on. I have the patterns for all of these things. I have the yarn for all of these things. I just have to get started. So that's what I did. And that's the end of the podcast, I think. And I still have stuff in my nose, and it's very distracting. So I'm going to stop now so that I can itch. Okay. I hope this worked. I really do. I will the words. They are my enemy today. Okay. I will try to record next week again. I hope I will. Shouldn't be a problem, actually. And yeah, I would say until then, I hope you enjoy everything you do. Bye.